Hello everybody and welcome to QB Connect. I'm delighted to be delivering this session today, Integrations that Work for You, App Advisory Services. My name is Will Farnell. I'm going to give you a bit of introduction to myself and the session in just a moment, but before we get started, we do have live Q&A at the end of the session. So if you have any questions at all as we work through the presentation, do pop them in the Q&A box. We'll have about 10 minutes at the end of the session to pick up some of those questions and get you some answers to those questions. So the agenda for today, I'll tell you a little bit about myself in just a moment, but we're going to talk about how you use technology in your accounting and bookkeeping firm and thinking about the stages that you can go through in delivering app advisory services within your accounting or bookkeeping firm, not only to generate efficiencies and productivity and profitability improvements for you, but also in delivering new value to your clients. In delivering those services to them. We're going to talk about some practical applications of some example technology that you can use within your own app stack and to work with your clients. And 2022 for me is the year of payments. Open banking has made or opened lots of new doors to ways that technology can help us support our clients. So we're going to draw on some of the sponsors of QB Connect today and give you some examples of how those tools work and can really have an impact on your accounting firm and your clients. And then we're going to wrap up with 10 minutes or so of Q&A at the end. So in terms of introduction, for those that don't know me, my name is Will Farnell. I founded Farnell Clark in 2007. And I recognised fairly early that technology was one of the ways that we could differentiate what we do. And we were probably one of the first 100% cloud practices globally back in 2009. So technology's played a really big part of the growth that we've encountered as a firm. And we've grown at about 30% year on year every year for the last 15 years with a team of almost 70 people based in Norwich. In 2018, I wrote a book called The Digital Firm, because I learned lots of lessons as I grew my accounting firm. Growing at that kind of rate is quite painful, and we got lots of things wrong. And I spend a lot of my time now helping accountancy firms not make the same mistakes that we did. And the Digital Firm was intended to be a blueprint for firms that wanted to adopt technology to deliver better experiences for their clients. And as an extension to that, in 2019, I co-founded an organization called App Advisory Plus, because even though we were using technology, we still came across challenges that we didn't know the answers to. And I was fortunate that I had a decent contact book and I could pick the phone up and get support from vendors and other people. But I wanted every other accounting firm and bookkeeping firm to have that same opportunity. So we set App Advisory Plus up as a tool to enable accountants and bookkeepers to identify technology that would help their clients solve specific business challenges. And I also spend some of my time working with other accounting firm owners in improving the way they use technology, improve process, and help them grow their accounting and bookkeeping firms. So that's a little bit about me. So let's start thinking about the topics we're going to cover today. And I've already mentioned a few times the term the digital firm. And we hear lots of people talk about becoming a digital firm, digitalizing your accounting firm. But what does it actually mean? And what's the role of technology? What role does technology play in a digital firm? So I thought, given that I wrote the book called The Digital Firm, it might not come as any surprise that I've spent some of my time thinking about defining what a digital firm is. And just really to set context and set the scene, this is my definition of what a digital firm is when I talk to other accountants and people that want to hear what I have to say about digital firms. So it's a practice, an accounting firm, a business that utilizes a mix of digital technology and digitally aware staff to deliver first-class services effectively and efficiently through maximum levels of automation. So there's a couple of key points I want to draw out here. So first of all, it's a mix of digital technology and digitally aware staff. So it's not just technology. being a digital firm goes far beyond just using technology. And it's no good using great technology if we've got people that won't use it, can't use it, don't want to use it. So it's fundamentally important that we take our team with us. We have them on board. They understand why we're using the technology we are. The second key bit here is about first-class services, and I'm going to emphasize this quite a lot over the next half an hour or so, because fundamentally, everything we do should be delivering world-class services for our clients. So it's no good using technology if it doesn't improve what we do for our clients. If we use the right technology with the right people and we build the right processes around it, we will be delivering automation in our accounting and bookkeeping firms. If we have automation and we're doing it right, we're using the right people at the right level to do that work, we will be doing it effectively and efficiently. And I was at QB Connect in San Jose back in 2019, and one of the presenters there talked about digital disruption and what that actually means. And it was really interesting to hear his comment that digital disruption is about removing friction from the process that we have with our clients. And that really stuck with me and plays a big part now of the things that I talk about and the way that I think about things. So what we should be striving to do is remove friction from the engagement we have with our clients. How can technology help us remove barriers, remove steps from a process, remove that friction? So when we think about what we want to do with becoming a digital firm, if we put clients at the heart of it, we think about what are the things that cause friction, what are the barriers that we create that we can tear down through using technology more effectively for our clients. So I hope that definition just gives you a sense of where we're going here, that when we think about technology and we think about the digital firm, technology has a role to play, but it's not an end in itself. So if we think about the digital firm and the role of technology within that digital firm, this is what I refer to as my digital firm wheel. It forms the basis of a presentation in its own right. But I thought it was useful to just share here, partly because it re-emphasizes this point about client experience. Client experience should sit at the heart of everything that we do. It's the hub of the wheel here. So when we think about technology is two elements of this. So it's 20% of the digital firm is the technology that we use. So we have to bear that in mind as we go through this, that it's no good just using technology if we haven't got the right people, if we haven't got the right processes, if we haven't got the right pricing, and we're not focusing on what the client really, really wants. So what I'm going to do now is I recognize that we're going to have people joining this session at different stages of their journey. So some of you might be new to QBO. Some of you might have been using it for many years and you're already delivering app advisory. You're already using a number of the tools within the app ecosystem. I did some roadshows with the QuickBooks team pre-COVID, so clearly back in 2019. And we did a poll on those sessions around the number of apps that people were using. And the average was about 4 to 6 apps within each firm. I have no doubt that post-COVID that's moved on and that number's increased. But there are still people that, due to COVID, are still very new on this journey of cloud accounting. So I want to make sure that we cover off the process that I think every firm should be going through if they haven't already done so. So we'll talk first of all about how you start deploying technology in your firm and how you can progress that through to delivering app advisory services. And when we think about tech deployment, I see it in 3 stages. So stage 1 is the core app stack. So this is the start point. And I think it's really important that we emphasize that this is about delivering differently for your client. So thinking about what you deliver and delivering internal efficiency in what you do. And the way that I talk about this when we talk about the need for technology in an accounting firm, the start point is in 3 steps. And it's input, process, and output. And if we start with process, because that's the hub, that's the bit that sits in the middle. So that's your QBO. It's the tool that you use for doing your bookkeeping for your clients. But what's really important is that I see many firms who have used desktop software and move on to cloud software, and all they do is they change the tool and they don't change the approach. They don't change the business model that sits behind it. Cloud-based accounting software is not designed to be used in the way that desktop software was. So if you're manually keying data into QBO, you're not using the system in the way it was designed to be used. So this is where the input piece comes in, pre-accounting tools. So using Dex auto entry or QuickBooks own invoice processing tools. We need to stop manually entering data into your account software. We need to be putting the power in the hands of the client to get that data to us in a more efficient way. Remember, removing friction. We don't want clients to have to be printing off invoices and putting them in a folder and dropping them into your office. So we use Dex in our firm, and we average 4 days in terms of getting paperwork from our clients into Dex for us to be able to process and do the bookkeeping. Imagine if you didn't have to spend weeks and weeks chasing your clients for missing paperwork, missing accounts data, because you were getting it within 4 days of them spending the money. So tools are available for doing this, and what I see is too many firms are aiming to be online accountants, cloud accountants, whereas you should be aiming to be a digital firm. And that means adapting your business model to suit the technology that enables you to work in this new way. So we have to get that input piece right. We have to get tools that will enable us to help our clients get data to us more efficiently. We should be processing on a daily basis. I'm a big advocate of daily bookkeeping. Or certainly daily processing. We get bank feed data into QBO on a daily basis. So let's think about doing that bookkeeping every single day. If you worked in a finance function in an external corporate business, you would be doing that kind of stuff every day. You probably do it every day for your own accounting firm, yet you choose to do it once a month or once a quarter for your clients. We have to think about what we deliver to our clients, make it more efficient, make it more profitable, make it more valuable. And the third part is output. So once we've processed the data, it's the tools that enable us to output it to give our clients meaningful information. It might be year-end tax return software. It might be reporting tools for providing management information, management accounts for your clients. So stage 1 is all about how do you improve internal efficiency by delivering better for your clients using a simple app stack of input, process, output tools. So once you're comfortable with your core app stack, we can start to move to stage 2, which I talk about as app automation. So what we're doing here is we're looking at opportunities for you to start to use new technology to improve what you do within your own accounting firm, to enable you to get comfortable with that technology so that you can then start to have meaningful conversations with your clients about how they can use that technology in their own firms. So what we're looking at here is almost vertical apps that will work with any sector of client. So every client needs to get paid. Every client needs to communicate effectively internally. So using tools like GoCardless and Stripe that we started using in 2012 helped us get paid much quicker. These are tools that your clients can use as well. So let's start to think about technology that we can use to improve what we do and automate the things that we do. So payments is the obvious example. Comms, I'm sure everybody has battled over years with internal email from team members. You know, the emails where somebody replies and says thanks. They're pointless. They clog up your email box. Using tools like Teams or Slack will enable you to reduce the amount of internal noise that you get in your email box, enabling you to focus on the important client emails that you get. I'm sure many of you are using workflow, practice management, job management software, and you have seen the benefit that you get through greater visibility of work. Again, you will have clients that will see value out of better management of workflow, jobs, job costing, and so on. And automated marketing using tools like MailChimp and ActiveCampaign to communicate effectively to your clients to enable you to run a more efficient marketing function. So stage 2 is all about looking at the things that you do, looking at the friction that exists within your own business and asking the question, is there a technology solution that will help me do this better, smarter, quicker, more efficiently, more effectively? And then we move into stage 3. And stage 3 is about app advisory. So this is a point where you are now starting to look externally at your clients and saying, what are the things that we can do to help our clients run better businesses? So beginning to think about helping your clients review their own process, making recommendations for technology that they can implement to work smarter, thinking about horizontal or sector specific apps. So if you've got clients that are in hospitality, then are there EPOS systems that you could use and integrate to QBO to help improve the bookkeeping process, to help give better visibility to your clients of their daily sales, trends in their sales patterns, and so on. And it's really about looking at app advisory as a way to gain competitive advantage, because the market that we operate in is becoming more and more competitive. We're seeing more and more people using the technology that you might already be using. So how do we gain competitive advantage? And I use the term superiority because actually we want to do more than just have competitive advantage. We want to be superior to our competitors by offering things that others aren't. So this is a great opportunity. And one of the themes of QB Connect this year is about opportunity for the future. And this is a great opportunity for you as accountants and bookkeepers to be superior to your competitors. And the further through these stages you go, the greater the revenue and profit opportunity that you're going to encounter. So let's think about, assuming you're already done stage 1, stage 2, and you're thinking about stage 3 and asking the question, well, how do I start? How do I go about delivering app advisory as a new service line in my accounting firm? And to make it easy, we've created 5 stages to delivering app advisory within your accounting firm. Now, I'll come back to this point because you don't have to do all 5. Some firms will be comfortable doing stage 1 and 2. Some will be comfortable doing all of them. Some will be comfortable with doing all 5 stages for some technology solutions and maybe fewer stages for others. But I'll take you through it and then just revisit that point in a moment. So 5 stages. Stage 1 is the initial inquiry and fact find. Now, this is the business development stage. So like when you get a new client inquiry, you might say, we're going to offer you a half-hour consultation free of charge. And you're using that as an opportunity to understand what the client wants, why what they've got at the moment doesn't work for them, what they might be prepared to pay, and manage any expectations. This is exactly the same, and it can be either proactive or reactive. So it might be an existing client that you've got and you spot an opportunity for them to work more smartly than they are at the moment. You might see them sending you reams of spreadsheets or reams of paper, and you're sitting there thinking there's a better way for this client to do this. So it could be a proactive inquiry. You might go to the client and say, we notice that you're using lots of spreadsheets to do this. Would you like to have a conversation about a piece of technology that might save you some time and money? Or it could be reactive. A client might come to you and say, I've heard about this technology solution. Do you think it would work for me? And the key to this stage is the fact find. It's understanding what is it the client's trying to achieve and what's the current problem they're trying to fix. What's really, really important here is that you use this stage to start to manage expectation. How long is it going to take? What's it going to cost? What are the risks associated with it? So that's your business development stage. That's the free bit. What we see too often, though, is firms moving into stage 2 and 3 and continuing to treat it as the free bit. App advisory should be a new revenue stream for you. So scoping and planning is the first stage of the paid support that you're going to deliver to your clients, or you're going to bring in a third party to help you deliver. And it's about process mapping, it's about reviewing systems, and it's about understanding the features, the requirements that the client's got. So looking at the processes that they follow at the moment, looking at where those processes could be improved and redesigned, looking at the current systems they have, what integrations are going to be required, and being really clear on what the requirements are. Stage 3 is research and evaluation, where you will go away, you'll take the information you got at stage 2, and you'll start to identify solutions. It's a research stage. You look at what's available. You can start to score and evaluate potential solutions against the requirements and features that the client was looking for. And you will present those findings and recommendations as a report. Now, there's a number of ways you can do this. You can head off to the QuickBooks app marketplace. We set up App Advisory Plus to do this research for our clients by building specific business cases for enabling you as an accountant to go in and say, I've got a hospitality client that's looking to solve a problem with staff planning, for example. And our platform will provide you some recommendations for your clients to let you start that process of evaluating solutions. So again, stage 2 and stage 3 are paid for research and reporting to your client to say, these are the 3 solutions, for example, that we think will enable you to deliver the outcomes that you set out at the outset. We then move into stages 4 and 5, and these are a couple of examples of areas where many firms may choose to outsource because we're getting into some fairly specialist areas here. Again, it depends on the nature of the apps that you're implementing. But stage 4 is implementation, the project management, testing, reviewing, making sure that the platforms and the tools that you've built are delivering to what your client was looking for. It's the critical area. It's the bit that we have to get right, making sure that the implementation works, the project is managed effectively. If it's an inventory system, it's going to be a very big project, very big undertaking. Do you parallel run? Do you switch over on the same day? Lots of choices to make, and it does require a particular set of skills and expertise, which is why it's one of the areas that we see firms often looking to outsource to third parties to conduct the implementation. But you can still generate revenue from stages 2 and 3, and that's the key point here. So the final stage is support. So this is where we're thinking about ongoing support for the client once the implementation has been carried out. And the previous stages, so certainly stage 2, 3 and 4, are all likely to be areas where it's one-off project work that you would have quoted for and billed for as a one-off piece of work. Support is the first part where we might actually start to build in some recurring revenue. So if we take operation of finance related systems, for example, so here you're thinking about if it's an inventory system, if it's an EPOS system, it's linked to the financial processes you're undertaking. And it's likely that you will be managing that for the client on an ongoing basis. So it would be part of your monthly recurring billing that you're looking at. For things like staff training, it may well be that you're doing that as a one-off piece of work, and it may be something that every few months your client takes on new staff and you need to put on new training processes for them. An ongoing process review and improvement. Desktop software, historically, we'd get 2 updates a year. The difference now with cloud-based software is that those updates are coming on a regular, weekly, monthly basis. And it's really, really important that we make sure that we are ensuring that we're working with our clients on an ongoing basis, making sure that they're making the most of these additional features that are being introduced, making sure that we're constantly looking at improving what we do and how we do it. So again, just to reiterate that you can choose where you start to focus here. Not everybody will do all stages. Some of you will be happy with delivering stages 1 and 2 and then handing over to somebody else. It may be on particular pieces of software that you're implementing. So for example, if you wanted to use GoCardless, it may be that you feel completely comfortable with delivering all 5 stages in implementing, supporting the ongoing process of your clients using a tool like GoCardless. Whereas if it's a full-blown inventory system, you may be happy helping them doing that initial research, but you hand over to the app themselves to manage that implementation process for you. Remember, on the slide where we talked about the move from implementing software within your own firm through to app advisory, the further along the spectrum you got, the greater the profitability and revenue opportunity. It's exactly the same here. The more you're prepared to do, the greater the revenue that you're going to generate. So as we head towards the end of the session, I thought it would be really useful just to provide some practical examples of some of the apps that you will have seen as part of QB Connect, because they've worked with QB and sponsored parts of the event. So I thought I'd take the opportunity to use those as examples of how you can practically use these applications within your own firm and with your clients. So I'm going to give you a quick run through of who they are, what their use case is, how they integrate with QBO, and what the outcomes and benefits are to you and your clients. And interestingly, all of them have an element of payment functionality to them. So it re-emphasizes that point I made at the beginning, that 2022 open banking has really flung open the doors of the opportunity for us to get involved with helping our clients get paid and make payments on their behalf. So to kick off, Practice Ignition. Practice Ignition is a simple client onboarding tool from proposal to payment. So it's got an element of helping us deliver greater client experiences. So this is a tool that we're going to use for us as an accounting and bookkeeping firm, but in doing so, deliver better experiences for our clients. It will produce professional proposals. It will automate your payments. Every one of you will know the challenges of the admin of onboarding. Practice Ignition helps us manage that process in a more efficient manner. It will also keep you compliant by helping you manage annual renewals for your clients, getting annual engagement letters signed on an ongoing basis. The way that it integrates with QBO is it gives us automated invoicing and reconciliation within QBO. So it will create clients in QBO based on the proposal that you set up in Practice Ignition. Your service lines in Practice Ignition will be created on your invoices within QBO, so it will give you visibility of the services you're delivering. And with the payment integration, it will automatically mark your invoices paid in QBO. So why use it? Well, get paid for what you deliver, manage scope. As accountants, we often struggle with pricing, but there's two sides to that. Sometimes we struggle with pricing. More often, we manage with ineffectively managing the scope of what we deliver. It will save you masses of time on your client onboarding and at the same time deliver great client experiences by giving that great first impression. It removes the need for credit control because it will automate your accounts receivable process, and it will ensure you remain compliant for your professional bodies, ACCA, ICA, WAAT, and so on, by making sure that your engagement process is effective and efficient. Next up is Pleo. So Pleo is a prepaid payment card that helps us solve the challenges of staff expenses. I know that many of you that do bookkeeping will struggle to get staff expense claims. It means that we're not always presenting the true position to our clients. So it will automate client spend and receipt capture and reconciliation by managing card expenses, mileage, purchase invoices, and petty cash that I'm sure everybody understands the pain and challenges of. And it integrates with QBO, so an automated data import and automated bank reconciliation by pushing in a bank feed, but capturing receipts from the Pleo app and bringing in categories, VAT, classes, customers and suppliers, and any custom notes that users include on the app. So in terms of what it's going to deliver for you, better control of spend. And we're seeing more and more businesses that we work with really want visibility over how money is spent and give you that real-time tracking of staff expenses. So it's going to save you time with bookkeeping. It's going to enable you to deliver better data for your clients, give you full overview of all of your clients, and most importantly, just ensure that you don't have to spend pointless time chasing missing paperwork. Next up is Beanworks. We are seeing internal finance functions or outsourced finance functions for our clients as our biggest growth area. And a big part of being able to deliver that is being able to put in place really effective payment approvals, both for your clients, but equally payment approval processes within your own accounting firms. It's so often overlooked as an area. And as I said a moment ago when we talked about Pleo, managing spend control is really, really important as businesses grow. Many of you might be working with tech startup businesses, and it's really important that they have spend control processes in place. So Beanworks will provide you effective payment approvals for you and your clients by managing purchase orders for spend control and enabling you to match purchase order with invoices to enable you to approve invoice payments. There's a really deep, seamless integration between Beanworks and QBO. So vendors, accounts, class and customer data will be imported from QBO into Beanworks to enable you to set up your approval processes. And data is exported into QBO with approved invoices, enabling automated payment status for bank reconciliation, so saving you time in that bank reconciliation process. But most importantly, help clients manage and control spend, drive better accounts payable efficiency, and provide a really important part of delivering that outsourced bookkeeping function for your clients. I mentioned GoCardless a moment ago, and GoCardless is automated accounts receivable direct from within QBO. We started using GoCardless in 2012. And it made a massive impact on our business in terms of automating our entire accounts receivable function. So it will enable you to pull payments direct from customers. And that word pull is really important because what it does, it gives you control over payment values. If any of you are using standing orders, you'll know the challenges of getting clients to change payment values. With using direct debit, it gives you as the accountant the control over the payment levels. GoCardless charge low fees, and it's certainly a low stress process. And there's a really great QBO integration. So you set up your direct debit payments direct from within QBO. When your automated invoice is created, it triggers the payment collection and will automatically mark the invoice paid in QBO. And you have absolute control over payment dates by making sure that you set the due date for GoCardless to collect the payment. Outcomes, pretty straightforward. Automated accounts receivable, hands-free accounts receivable here. So it will improve your own cash flow. But remember the point about stage 2 of the deployment of technology. When you've got a tool like GoCardless working in your own firm, it's really easy to deliver great value to your clients by rolling it out to them as well. And Wise. So again, as part of outsourced finance function work that we're delivering, the big missing piece in the jigsaw for us was making payments on behalf of our clients. So Wise lets you automate payments for you and your clients direct from QBO, lets you manage your bill payments within QBO and make payments in multiple currencies. Again, as with all of the tools, great QBO integration, enabling unpaid bills to be pulled from QBO into Wise to enable payment approval and enabling you to make payments on behalf of your clients. And when those payments are made, pushing that payment status back into QBO, ready for your bank reconciliation. And the outcomes, the key thing for me, certainly as I look at this, is about providing payment services to your clients as your bookkeeping offer, closing that loop of the bit that you currently can't do, saving admin time on payment runs, and creating greater visibility of bill payments within QBO. And finally, Iwakapay is about helping you and your client get paid faster. So it's an online checkout allowing customers either to pay now or indeed pay later. So it allows your B2B customers to defer payments over 90 days over 3 installments. So it's quick and easy payment of invoices. Iwakapay are really keen to continue to build out on their QBO integration. But right now you can embed a Pay Now button on your invoice, or you can embed Pay Now into sales forms on websites. And you'll receive notifications when customers make payments, either as an instant payment or on a deferral 3 installments payments. And you can also set up custom tags to mark invoices paid within QBO. So the benefit, helping your clients get paid faster and improve cash flow. If a client chooses or customer chooses to use the Pay Now, there's no fees, but they can also choose to pay over 3 installments of a payment every 30 days. So you're going to be spending less time on credit control, and clearly it gives you an opportunity to demonstrate added value to your clients by improving their cash position. So as we wrap up, I would like to leave you with some key takeaways. The key things that I want you to go away and think about that you can add to your firm immediately. So apps provide a huge opportunity for greater efficiency and profitability in your accounting firm. Go beyond cloud accounting. That's no longer a competitive advantage in itself. So just using QBO is not enough. You have to use the ecosystem that exists to support and underpin what you do with QBO. App Advisory provides a great opportunity to add value to your clients and new revenue for your firm. One of the key themes of QB Connect this year is about opportunity, future. This is your opportunity to do better by your clients. I'm going to use quite a bold term here. I believe that we have an obligation, and that's the big term, an obligation to help our clients run better businesses utilizing technology. So let's look at ways to do that. Let's help our clients run better, more profitable, more effective businesses by helping them utilize technology. And finally, we've put together a free guide on App Advisory that goes into a great deal of detail on each of those 5 stages that I shared with you, as well as some other things in terms of how to price for App Advisory and so on. So please do go and get yourself a downloaded copy of that guide. I'm sure it will bring to life some of the things that we've talked about on the session. So thank you for taking the time to join. Please do connect with me. Any questions that you have that we don't get to answer in the Q&A session we've got coming up now. And do take a look at appadvisoryplus.com where we can do that research for you. It's a free platform to use. Thank you again. Let's turn to some questions.